Children, Sai Ram and welcome back to our next session of this lesson, that is Transport and Communication Part 3. In our previous lecture, we were learning about the geographical explanation of Satara district physical map and the transport map. Okay, in which I have told you that when we want to know about the transportation route of a particular place, the physiography plays a very important role, whether that place is having hills, valleys, rivers or any other physical feature. Okay, on that only the transport route depends upon. Okay children, till here I had explained to you already. Now let's continue. Now here is a do you know part. Okay, just listen to this do you know part. What is a green corridor? Okay, some extra knowledge is given over here, that is a green corridor. What is this green corridor? I hope children you all must have heard about this incident. Okay, it happens that sometimes a dead person has donated his organs. Okay, you all must be knowing that some people they donate their organs. Okay, so when a dead person has donated his organ, in such case what happened, such organs need to be transported from the donor's location to the receivers urgently, otherwise that organs become useless. For that reason the organs has to be transported urgently. For this organ transfer, what happens, all type of routes are cleared. Okay, all type of obstacles are removed from the way where this organ is being transported. This is called as green corridor. Okay, this arrangement what is done, okay, whatever traffic and all comes in the way, that is cleared. This is called as green corridor. Consequently, rapid transport of the organ can save the receiver's life. For that reason, this green corridor is created. Okay, you all must have heard about this many a times, that the organs are being transported from one place to the other. Okay, this is only called as green corridor. So you all have understood what is a green corridor? Okay. Do you know part? Again a do you know part is there, that is the Ro-Ro transport. Now what is this Ro-Ro transport? Ro-Ro transport means roll on and roll off. Okay. Now as you all know, the truck transport and if you compare the truck transport and the transport by railways, okay, there is a lot of difference. Okay, the truck transport is more costlier than the railway transport. Okay, for that reason this Ro-Ro transport was started firstly in the Konkan Railway, that in India. Okay, it was started by the Konkan Railway in India. Now let's see what is this Ro-Ro transport. Transportation can be done from one station to another station using railways. Freight transport is carried out on a large scale on national highways. The freight transport by trucks is costlier than railways, as I have told you already. As a solution or a via media, the Ro-Ro transport system has started being used in India. Now what is this Ro-Ro transport? In this system, the trucks loaded with goods are transported to desired station through a goods train. Okay, from there the trucks take the goods ahead to desired location. Okay, so what is happening over here? The trucks loaded with the goods are put into the trains. Okay, and the trucks are only transported from one station to the other. Okay, and from that station the trucks are going in their own way. So because of this, what happens actually? The cost of fuel and pollution caused by trucks can be reduced. The use of Ro-Ro services started in Konkan Railway for the first time in India. Okay, this is what I have told just now to you about the Ro-Ro transport. I hope children you all have understood what is the Ro-Ro transport. Ro-Ro here means roll on and roll off. Okay, because the truck transport is more costlier than the railway transport, what is happening? The truck is loaded into the railways, and through railways from one station to the other station they are transported, and to particular, when they come to the particular station, the trucks come out and they go their way. Okay, because of which even the fuel as well as the pollution caused by the trucks can be reduced. Okay, this is only Ro-Ro transport. Now, there is a correlationship between transport routes and physiography of a particular region. As we have learned previously also, that there is a relationship between transport routes, whatever transport routes are available, and the physiography of a particular place. As we have learned about the factors, okay, that are considered when we are choosing a transportation route. So here we can easily find out from the previous maps that there is a relationship between transport routes and physiography of a particular region. By studying the physiography, we understand its accessibility and remoteness. Okay, then transport facilities can develop mainly in plain areas. Okay, we come to a conclusion that transport facilities can develop well in a plain area than the mountainous region. Okay, with higher relief have limits on the development of transport routes. Okay, this is what we have come to a conclusion when we learned about the physical map of Satara district as well as the transport map of Satara district. Now let's learn about the importance of transportation. What is the importance of transportation? Okay, in general, if I ask you children, what is the importance of transportation? First of all, you will say that time is saved. Okay, goods are reaching to the particular place very fast. Okay, that is because of that time is saved. Okay, it becomes comfortable. These are the things what you will tell. Okay, so let's learn what is the actual importance of transportation. Okay, extending trade and network. Okay, trade and network can be extended just because of transportation. Transportation facilitates trade and network. Industrialization takes rapidly. Okay, rapid industrialization is seen just because of transportation. More and more of employment opportunities can be seen because of transportation. Then regions are connected to each other. Okay, many of the regions get connected to each other because of the national highways that pass from one region to the other region. So that connects the transportation connects to regions also. Then a particular site can be utilized. Suppose a site is remote. Nobody goes to that place. Just because of the transport facility which is started over there, what will happen? The site can be used. Otherwise, it is just a waste. Okay, just because of transportation, a particular site which was remote can be put into use. Okay, that is called as utility of the site. Then overcoming of scarcity. If anything is lesser in particular region, that can be overcome. Okay, if at all any disaster is taking place, okay, quick help can be given to a particular place just because of transportation. Then decreasing regional imbalance. A particular region is having less of a particular thing and a particular region is having more of a particular thing. Then that can be balanced. Okay, so decreasing regional imbalance is the work of transportation. Then because of transportation, even the tourism can be developed. People travel from one place to the other. Okay, seeing for looking at the beautiful places that are available in our country as well as the outside the country. So these are the importance of transportation. What is the importance of transportation? Extension of trade, that is extending trade and network. Then rapid industrialization takes place. More and more employment opportunities can be developed. Then there is a regional connectivity. Then a particular site can be utilized. Then scarcity also can be overcome. Okay, whatever regional imbalance is there, that can be overcome. Okay, even the tourism can be developed of a particular place. I hope children you will have understood till here. Okay, that's all for today. Remaining part of the lesson we'll do in the next lecture. Till then, thank you children.